Good afternoon, everybody. Another episode of the Karen's podcast. We were got together over the weekend here. I didn't really ask you guys how you were feeling when you all got home.
Tired.
Hungover, tired.
Yeah.
All of
Yeah.
these.
We got reprimanded. Susan and I did the night before our last night. Carolyn came to the door and opened it, and she's like, can you guys
when
turn
you
it
went
down?"
upstairs?
Yes,
And
because
they're
Yes.
drinking wine in bed, laughing with
eating
the TV
chips
on, and I'm
and
like,
watching a movie.
Motherfucker.
We were watching one of
We're having
Amanda's
such a good
rom-coms.
time. And she comes in and she's like, "You need to keep it down."
yeah.
I did hear you
Stay
guys.
downstairs, you motherfuckers.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, me and Julie were up and we were watching a little TV too. And I'm like, are they still awake? And I like muted the thing. I'm like, I might have to go back downstairs and make sure everything's shut
Susan,
down.
What
And then
time did you turn that off?
I don't know.
We fell asleep. We fell asleep after you came in and like ruined it.
No, I know. But then one of you got up. I'm pretty sure it was Susan, 99% sure, got up to go pee. And when you went back to the room, that's when you turned the TV off.
No, that wasn't me. That was
That was
Megan, I think.
me.
Oh.
I didn't go pee though. I just turned it off. I like rolled over and I'm like, oh, she's out. I'm tired. I'm just turning it off. I don't
Out of
know.
curiosity.
I thought I heard
but whatever.
I am going to
door.
tell you.
Oh.
My sleep score was a 91.
Dude,
That's
that's
crazy.
passed the fuck out.
I know.
I don't even know. Is that a good number? Is that
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
means?
it's a good number.
What
They have these
how many?
watches that I hear about all the time. I don't have one, but Julie has one. I hear about the sleep
I mean,
score every day.
Yeah, I did. I've heard about sleep scores. I just don't know what the numbers are to be good or bad. But
I would think
Just for the record, my Friday to Saturday was only an 82. So Friday to Saturday was not as good.
We did run how many miles?
I ran 11 on Friday.
yeah, we were laughing. We had a good time, and then we just both crashed out. And then I heard the movie still on, and I finally found the remote and turned it off.
I got to know what movie you guys were starting.
She's the one.
It was that Ed Burns movie with the Brothers McMullen series.
And they were discussing every scene.
Oh my gosh.
It just was so obnoxious.
She's
I
the
had,
one.
I had both earplugs in, and I could still hear them.
I could hear him
like,
at the end of the hall with the door closed. I couldn't hear it
A lot
as much.
of commentary going on. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
That was good.
Well, it was really good to see everybody.
That was great.
I hadn't had a drink in a long time. I even had a few drinks this weekend.
I know you did.
Yeah.
She let loose.
And you didn't die.
Wow.
Felt
Do you
like
have acid
ass.
reflux?
Oh my God, yes. All day yesterday.
you did?
That's okay. Oh yeah, I
Okay.
paid for it big time. But it was worth it. I just can't do it very often. All right.
Yeah.
Would die.
We don't want that. We'll limit it. But it was a good time. Thank you for
was
having
nice.
us.
It was a great time.
Thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for coming. So we were just talking a little bit over the weekend. We have some topics that we'll talk about later on later shows. We'll have to have Carlos back on. He had some interesting opinions on different algorithms and if men can be bisexual. Those are upcoming topics for anyone that's curious when Carlos comes on as a guest. But today we were going to talk about a topic that Carolyn brought called that I haven't heard of, flock cameras.
I hadn't either.
And AI a little bit.
Yeah,
Flocking?
I thought it was like a
Flocking?
big topic, but apparently my big topics and
Our
Megan's
big
topics are different. Hers was the World Cup halftime show, and mine are flock cameras.
and Taylor Swift's wedding.
And Taylor Swift's wedding. Megan,
Different strokes, different folks. What can
different
you say?
strokes, different folks. Yeah, but it's a big
Educate me.
It's a big to-do. There are a lot of people that are up in arms about the whole flock camera push right now by cities and counties and states, I guess, is the new version of a license plate reading camera, but it's AI.
Does flock stand for something, or that's just what they call it?
I don't know if that's just
I'm just
like
curious,
the
yeah.
manufacturer. I don't know.
Of the camera, or I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't know,
think it stands for anything. They call them ALPRs.
Okay.
AI, automated license plate readers.
So it's
But
not. It's not it. Yeah.
yeah, I don't think so. But because they're AI, all the information is basically real time and then being stored in the cloud and can be accessed later. And it's not just license plate reading. It can identify characteristics about the car, whether you have a license plate on there or not. And so
Oh.
it's a big personal privacy issue.
So if I have
And
And
like
so,
got fender bender and I have like paint on the one side of my car,
yes,
they would
yeah.
be able
Or
to
like,
track it.
yeah, or bike racks or bumper stickers
Okay.
or, yeah,
something
scratches.
identifiable about
Yeah.
your,
And
yeah.
because it's AI, yeah. So,
It's
Yeah.
also a privately held company, and it
I was just going to
basically
ask who's
stands
doing this. Okay.
for flock of birds, and that,
Yeah.
birds are always together, and like the neighborhood
Um,
digital
and
cameras.
watching because it's
Yeah.
like the bird's eye view of
Yeah.
something.
Flock safety
Uh,
uses the name to reflect its original focus on neighborhood and community safety, is why they call
I
the
love it.
cameras
They're
flock.
original. They're already basically calling themselves out on their mission is not the same. Like, I don't know. I just
Make
would read
money
that
is the
into,
mission.
yeah, exactly. So do they go in, are they in, like above stoplights and that kind of stuff? Are they like on private property? How does that, like the placement, where is the placement of them, I guess? Like, how
Yeah.
does that happen?
Yeah.
Do we know?
I think typically it's over stoplights. So cities and or
Okay.
counties will
Are in it with
buy
them.
them and place them. And there's a map. There's a whole deflock movement happening. And it's like deflock.com or deflock.org or something. And you can go and people are in like real time showing where these cameras are. And people are going and like destroying them.
What's
Yeah.
interesting though is there's 52 cameras in the city of Berkeley by Flock, and Berkeley, the city, wants to keep it, but they're not willing to expand their police department and surveillance programs and put funding behind that. Which to me is two
Interesting.
different. It's like, so you want more surveillance, but you're only willing to do it through this private company, which that's a whole nother issue, a whole nother
Totally.
conversation. But you're not willing to give this, the city council's not willing to expand the police department and services within, like it's an
Yeah. So what are you
oxymoron
gonna?
to
Well, yeah.
me.
What are you gonna do with the information once you have it? Like, if somebody did something, you need the police department behind you, and if you don't have one, or functioning one, it doesn't make any sense to have the cameras. Yeah, that makes no sense unless you're gonna actually enforce
Well, if your goal
what
is to
you've.
really improve, security and safety, like Susan
What?
said, why wouldn't
But
you expand?
that's what I'm saying. It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense to have
So
the
what
flock,
is,
but
so
not what's
what's,
the point? What's the
yeah,
end game?
what's
Yeah,
the end game here,
exactly.
And then
Exactly.
if they can detect little tiny bumper stickers, who's to say the next version of those cameras isn't going to be able to do facial recognition if they aren't
Already can.
already?
Well,
Right.
Yeah.
so not just those flocks, but there are facial recognition cameras going on
Yeah.
right now, and there's
Yeah.
cases where people have had mistaken identity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's happening now is even with the mistaken identity, these people are getting arrested. They do that, then get released, but it still is going on the public record. It's not like
Thank
it just
you.
gets expunged.
Yeah. And not
Yeah.
even your public record. That's like life. That's trauma.
Oh,
Like, I
Yeah.
mean,
100%.
forget who finds out about it, just
That's a
personally
that's a
being like, that's a huge
lawsuit.
offense. Yeah. Thank you. Exactly.
So
But am
attorneys
I,
are going to be getting rich.
yeah. Am I crazy though? But isn't there a lot of facial AI stuff in airports?
Yes.
Like once
Yes.
we go to an airport and we get on a plane, like I've got to imagine that like my face has been
Sure, but I
uploaded
mean,
a trillion
I think the
times.
excuse for that is, you're getting on a plane,
Terrorists. Yeah.
whole, security of flight. But
Get
this
it.
is just like out if you're
No, get it.
crossing the street, and this is one of the things that the DFLOC website says. It says these systems continuously record your movement without a warrant, without probable cause, or even reasonable suspicion. Um,
Doesn't
so
Britain have a lot of this
Well,
stuff
yeah.
already?
I
Yeah,
mean,
so
England is a country and it's a smaller country than the United States that has, you can't go, there's cameras everywhere.
mhm.
right.
Everyone's on camera. So I think the question is, we live in a country where we don't have that.
Not
And
yet.
I
Yeah.
also have a lot more faith in a country where the cops don't even carry around guns, and like that I wouldn't be framed for something or get set up for something. I don't necessarily trust our government. So I wouldn't
Right.
trust what they're doing with it. Because
Right.
honestly, I think I've told you guys this before. I don't mind a lot of this stuff as much because, if something happened to me or I was kidnapped or whatever, I would like people to be able to trace my steps. I mean, I watch a million murder shows, and like the only reason they find a lot of these people, or dead or alive, is because they've like followed a car from here to here, and so I know it can work for good. However, I don't know that want to be tracked at this level with our government.
Well, there's just
Taking
And
not
England and
not enough
well, I was just gonna
checks and
say
balances yet.
they did measure three different cities on if flocking reduced crime, and they said they're saying it did not consistently reduce crime, specifically in Dallas, where they had done the measuring of crimes versus arrests versus the flocking. So
I
that I
wouldn't
find that's interesting in a
I
large
wouldn't
city.
think that it would reduce crime. I think that it would increase the ability
Solve
charge people with
to
crimes.
crimes and
find
solve people.
someone
Yeah.
Yeah.
once they've committed a
Yeah.
crime.
I mean, honestly, I don't think there's nothing that's going to reduce crime in our country at this point. People just don't.
Well, I mean, also at least two of the four of us had never heard of these things before. So maybe if people were starting to get brought in for crimes they committed that they
Yeah. And
didn't
to
think they
think that they
could,
were true.
maybe it's just too early in the cycle. But there's not enough checks and balances in government. There's just no oversight. And I think I think a lot of these municipalities probably vote stuff like this stuff in so they can make
Yeah.
money behind the scenes, bringing it on, pocket some of the money used to implement it. And
It does say that 82 communities in 28 different states have actually walked away from their
Cool.
flock contracts, including
Oh,
Austin, Seattle, and cities across Oregon, California, and Arizona.
okay. So the
Because
West
people are
Coast.
really, yeah, because people are taking issue with the privacy issues.
Yeah.
right. I mean, I know that there's because I know some people that are have invested in these companies, are familiar with the tech, but there's in a lot of these bigger cities across the United States, there's a lot of AI that's already loaded on like public like munis,
Mhm.
lights, and monitoring the traffic to try to have the traffic signals go certain times to cut down on traffic. So there's already a lot of AI already implemented.
Yeah.
Well,
I
Mhm.
think that's why I never, yeah.
we have speed cameras in San Francisco.
Yeah. I think that's why I
Mhm.
never really thought about it. Cause I'm like, I know being on the train, Muni, any BART, all of that stuff. I'm like, I feel like my image is obviously, been
Well, I think the
everywhere.
AI component is what is changing
Scary.
it. So to
But
have a
what is
camera
it?
record and then
Hmm.
like you can go back and look at the recording and then that's, gone. But to have AI be able to assess in real time over millions and millions and
Over a
millions of,
recording is what you're meaning, is like having AI. But I
yeah.
guess my thing is it's because they could alter it, or something, they could alter the image or whatever. Cause I'm like, what's the difference between just having a recording that's on there, recording somebody, or AI recording it? Like, I don't know the difference, honestly. I'm like, I don't understand what would be the difference between having AI cameras versus having
So
the
I
normal
guess,
cameras that have been there this whole time.
You lose the human, right? You lose the human component. The AI is making these decisions and sending it maybe to law enforcement without actually a human assessing it.
Okay.
well, I'm
I
sure
mean,
humans have to assess it
Yeah, that's what I
after,
would
but I
think.
think
But
it's more like because it's like I don't know, like I can't like if something happens and they have to go find a recording and they go back and maybe it's a week later or 2 weeks later and they find this recording and oh yeah, there's the guy we're looking for. He was there
Mhm.
2 weeks ago, or versus
Oh, it's the real time
it's real
component. That's
time. Yeah, like right now, like they can set up alerts and be like, okay, if this car, matching this description enters any of these cameras, we want
so.
immediate detection.
Yeah, why would that not be a good thing? Just out of curiosity,
Well,
because I'm trying to think of what would the negative be on that?
So
Because
the
again, like in a
negative is
current,
people are being arrested that aren't the actual people. So the what's happening is the AI recording is predicting who that person is, and it may not actually be that person.
okay,
Yeah, the human element
So
is
okay,
gone for
yeah.
they're
And
not
so
clarifying or
okay. Got and
confirmation
are they and they're
confirming.
confirming.
being arrested. They're not
Yeah.
just like you're not just pulling over a car and being like, oh hey, sorry, you were driving the same kind of make and model car that were like people are being arrested.
Sounds like they're taking the AI's word for it to the point where it gets on somebody's record and then is even when it's later found to be incorrect, it's still following them. Is that who was saying that? Carolyn or Susan?
Yeah, I think Susan said that.
yeah.
Okay.
But I think also it's just that whole like surveillance state of
Yeah,
you can't leave your house without being tracked. Like what is like
that's fucked up.
I just
that
assumed that was happening like at least for a decade.
I
Like, has
don't
that not been happening for at
I
least a
think
decade? Or
I
more?
do think so.
Yeah,
I mean,
Say
the
I
sorry.
moment
do.
your
Wait,
phone's
well,
always on, everything's tracking you.
yeah. Yeah.
right.
There's cameras
But
everywhere. I
maybe
mean, like
because I don't
businesses
know.
have.
I mean, maybe because
Yeah,
it's coming directly from county, state, fed level versus, I mean, yeah, your phone is being tracked, but it's supposed to be illegal for the government to like be following you for no
I mean,
fucking
no, and
reason.
you're right because when I think about it, when they are tracking these things, it's usually they go to private
With
businesses
a warrant
who
or
have video camera and they're like, hey, can we get your video from this night because someone went missing or whatever,
yeah,
and it's these people turning it over. It isn't cameras that are just out there. It's it's private companies
yeah,
cameras, so that does
yeah.
make sense. Besides the like green light, red light, I mean, or when you're in the Muni line, or not Muni line, but like the express lane, or when you go through over the bridge in San Francisco, like they take your license plate.
Hmm.
It's how they charge you.
So
So like
wild,
they
yeah.
know, yeah. I mean, but yeah, that does make more sense now that I think about it. Is usually private companies that have the
Well,
video
and again,
cameras.
it's where does it go from here?
Yeah,
So
Hmm.
that
yeah,
whole like,
Like
again, facial
like that.
recognition and tracking and like, yeah, we see it in the movies, but it's not supposed to be legal. Like a government is
yeah,
not supposed to be able to like real time just, I mean, I think they do it
yeah,
in China. But
yeah,
I don't, we're not supposed to be
North
doing that shit here. We have a
yeah,
right to
Korea, Russia.
privacy.
yeah,
If
Yeah.
yeah,
we're not guilty of anything or we haven't been proven to be
yeah,
guilty of anything, you're not supposed to be tracking me.
yeah.
If whether the phone companies track you for advertisement or monetary purposes, yeah, it sucks, but it's one thing. But if the
And you can choose to have a phone or not. You can
yeah,
have a flip phone that doesn't have any of that,
absolutely.
so you can.
Absolutely.
But this you don't have a choice, so
Yeah.
it's taking away choice.
Yeah.
This says, do flock cameras violate the Fourth Amendment? Courts are currently divided on whether flock violates Fourth Amendment, while some judges legally argue that systemic tracking creates a Fourth Amendment issue. Other courts have found that the warrantless use of fixed short retention camera in public is permissible. So that was the other thing that I saw people having issue with is again those like private cameras if they record, usually those recordings are only kept for 2 days or 10
Yeah,
days or whatever that may be, where this is
forever,
being sent to the
forever.
cloud and just eternally kept for as long as they want it until it's
Yeah,
deemed not useful anymore.
yeah.
And I don't know,
And technically, who
freaks
has it?
me
Yeah,
out.
like yeah, exactly. Who has control over that? Is it the government? Is it the private company? I also find it weird to throw all
Both.
that money into something that you thought like that you didn't know was going to violate an amendment. That's a big risk. Or
Well, maybe
or
they did
did
know.
they I know I was
I'm
just gonna
sure they
say,
knew.
or they know and then now it's just they're like they don't care about anything anyway and their
Yeah,
amendments
it's
mean
just
nothing, so
becoming more
now
and more
it's
norm.
more, yeah, that you can just violate amendments and
Like
it's
you
not a
said,
big
we see
deal.
it in all the movies. We just assume it's happening, but that
Yeah,
doesn't
oh
make it
yeah,
right.
no,
No. Like that movie, Enemy of the State. Remember that
Is
with
that with Will Smith and
Will
Gene
Smith and
Hackman?
Gene Hackman? Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
1998.
That's the one I
Yeah.
was thinking of
Yeah.
tracking everyone.
They
Well,
had
they
that.
always say that they're showing what they show you in the movies is just what's going to happen eventually, but they have to normalize
Like
it through.
foreshadowing.
Exactly. I love that word so much, that term so much. But yes, it's true. It's foreshadowing for what's going to happen for us.
Yeah.
It's already been decided. It's just how they get you used to it.
Yep.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
aliens. When are we going to see the aliens?
No, God, Amanda, I want you to meet an alien so bad.
Well, depends on the
I really,
alien. Not like a
well, get a good,
predator or an alien, but
well,
like
yeah,
an ET
like
would be
ET.
great.
A little gray. They're called
Yeah.
little grays.
Tiny. You could run away if something was scary, but yeah.
Or yeah. Anyway.
I don't know. It would be on my bucket list for you because we'd be so happy.
She talks about it a lot.
A lot.
Well, it's just crazy if they're anyway. But speaking of more AI, that kind of this conversation got me thinking of I was reading or came across my feed or something that they were letting go. I forget which state, like a good amount of nurses, and my partner's a PACU nurse, but these nurses were the nurses that were dealing with the insurance companies and like the claims, and so AI has now replaced them.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I
Oh,
had to
that's
deal
becoming
with.
that's
I had
becoming a big problem.
I mean, just with a human, I had to get my knee, MRI approved. And it took like fucking 2 months for these people. Anthem, terrible, by the way.
Yeah.
Insurance. I'm not scared to say that. But yeah, they were miserable to work with. I called them like 3 times. The person at the doctor's office called them 3 times. Another person, Julie, my partner, called them. Finally, we got this fucking MRI approved. And that was with a bunch of humans calling and like filling out the paperwork. And now we have no barrier between claims and like
AI
getting and
like just
approved in
getting an
AI.
actual, yeah.
Yeah. So they're just gonna, like, whenever you pick up the phone and you go through all the different prompts just to get to a human, they're having the same checks and balances. If you don't hit all those boxes, you're not getting approved and you're going back in line. So that just got more miserable, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it is concerning how much and how drastically and how soon they are going to be replacing a lot of jobs.
A lot.
Yeah. I think we're just at the
we're just at the
beginning.
This is just like thank you. I mean, it's
precipice.
Crazy because it's already obvious, like you said, starting with insurance. I mean, if you're trying to do anything with your phone bill, anything with cable, anything with setting up any services, like even when I moved here just to get like, your SMUD and PG&E and stuff, you're not dealing with a human. It's all
automated.
So
maybe we will be a socialist state sooner versus later because nobody's going to have a job.
No.
Universal basic income.
I know.
Yeah.
And see, then that will relate into our next topic when we talk about micro retirements.
There you go. Topic for next time.
What's the next phase of life? Because they don't need us anymore.
Humans? What are those?
Totally useless.
Yeah. Anyway, that was good. Thanks, guys. So, for our listeners, you can hear a new episode of The Karens every Monday on all the usual places, Spotify, iTunes, CastBox, YouTube. And if you have any questions or topics or comments that you'd like to make or have us acknowledge here on the podcast, please feel free to email us at info@thekarenspodcast.com. That's info@thekarenspodcast.com. Susan, you want to take it out?
Sure thing. Thank you for listening to the Karens Day, where we have opinions on everything and we're experts in nothing.